Hello, everybody. It's me, Darth Devil, and to get into the Christmassy spirit, I'm going to be doing the Christmas TV guides for the whole of Christmas weekend, and that's very nice to hear about. I love hearing what's on the Christmas schedule from Christmas weekend until New Year weekend. I'm going to do New Year weekend as well, starting from Saturday the 28th. That'll be next week. But today, I thought I'd do something different. Normally, people start off with the BBC, but we're going to be covering three channels today. We're going to be covering Channel 4, we're going to be covering E4, and we're going to be covering what's on Film 4 throughout the whole of the Christmas weekend type stuff. So yeah, let's get started on then with Christmas weekend. And starting off at 5:50, we've got Alvin and the Chipmunks. I used to watch this film like all the time as a kid. That's on at 5:50. So that's on at 5:50. Then at 7:20, we've got The Simpsons. Following that at 7:45, we've got another Simpsons. And then at 8:10, there's also another Simpsons, which I believe are festive ones. And then The Simpsons again at 8:40. 9:10, we've got Homegrown Christmas, which is, I believe, another TV film. They do that on Channel 4 during the final week in the build up before Christmas. And then from 11 o'clock until 1:35, we've got Four in a Bed. It could be better, couldn't it? They could have thrown some of Channel 4's animated shorts on in there. I've been watching them over the season actually, and they're pretty good ones. And then 1:35, another Christmas classic for me, and it's Scrooged, the one with Bill Murray from 1988. This one's really good as well. Scrooged is a pinnacle of Christmas. I watch it every year. 1:35, Saturday the 21st. Check it out. Following that at 3:30, and we've got Stardust. This is a film I've never seen. I want to see it. I hope it's good. It stars Charlie Cox as well, who plays Daredevil, so it must be good. Then at 6 o'clock, we've got the Channel 4 News. At 6:30, we've got Armageddon, a film that I've never seen before. 9:20, we've got Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a film that I've been told to check out by a couple of people because of Freddie Mercury. I'm a big fan of the Queen band, so I might check this out. 9:20, Channel 4. And then at 12 o'clock, getting into the early hours of Sunday, we've got Apocalypse Now, the final cut. Why not just air the Apocalypse Now? And then we're getting into repeat season at 3:10 with Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. I love watching these not purely because I like Ramsay himself, but because they're quite good. Then at 4 o'clock, we've got some Undercover Boss Canada. Never really watched Undercover Boss. I've heard it's on the mornings, sort of after Frasier, but yeah. And then at 4:55, we've got the Hollyoaks Omnibus. And then that's it for Saturday the 21st. Don't really watch Hollyoaks. Not interested. And then that's on again at 4:55. That's been mentioned there. Then at 6:05, we've got Alvin and the Chipmunks of Squeakquel because they had the first one the day before. And then from 7:35 until 9:30, we've got The Simpsons. Sorry, apologise. We've got The Simpsons from 7:35 until 9:30. Festive ones, presumably. Not sure which ones they are. Then at 9:30, we've got an airing of Sunday Brunch, which always airs on a Sunday. Kind of, they could put more on, I guess, but Sunday Brunch, there it is. Then at 12:30, we've got an airing of Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. This film, childhood right there. Really, really good film. You should check this out. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. 2:30, we've got an airing of The Snowman, the Channel 4 premiere animation. I don't know anyone in the world who hates The Snowman. How can you hate The Snowman? That's on at 2:30. You should really check it out if you haven't seen it. 3 o'clock, we've got a Channel 4 film premiere, the first time ever. Ron's Gone Wrong at 3 o'clock. This, I've heard, is not that good of a film. I don't know if it is. Put it in the comments if you think it's good. Put it in the comments if you think it's bad. Just know what? Just give me your full review of the Christmas schedule. I mean, this seems to be good so far. Then at 5:10, we've got an airing of The Snowman and the Snow Dog. That's weird, that, because they've gone and decided to put on the Snowman at 2:30, and then the Snowman and the Snow Dog at 5:10. They could have just switched Ron's Gone Wrong and the Snowman and the Snow Dog, and then it'd have been fine. Channel 4 News again at 5:45. That has to air every day. And then at 6 o'clock, we've got London Zoo at Christmas. You know, these are just ones that I'm not really going to talk about because what we're going to talk about there. Alpine Train at Christmas at 7. It sounds like it's Christmas with Ken Bruce. That's on at 8 o'clock. And then we get into some more films. This is the biggest debate I've ever known. Die Hard at 9 o'clock. Everyone thinks this isn't a Christmas film. I'm one of those that thinks it is a Christmas film. Don't at me, guys. Don't at me. But it is a Christmas film in my eyes. 11:35, and we've got another film, Patriot Games. This I've never seen before. It's got Harrison Ford in it, so I might check it out. That's on 11:35, and then into the early hours of Sunday the 22nd, it's repeat season 145, and we've got an episode of Frasier, and then we've got at 2:10 and 3:05 Ultimate Christmas Guide Gift Guide with Jodie Gibson. Never seen it. I don't think I want to. I don't like the Christmas specials that they do on TV. Really, it's kind of just kind of boring. Then at 4 o'clock, we've got another airing of Undercover Boss Canada. And then at 4:55, we end off the early hours with Junior Taskmaster. That is on Sunday the 22nd. Then we move in to Monday the 23rd, 5:50. We've got Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked. This film, I love the first two. Well, I don't love them anymore, but when I were a child, I used to love the first two, but absolutely love this film. Don't at me, guys. People think this is the best one, but I absolutely cannot stand this film. And then at 7:15, we've got an episode of The Simpsons. And then at 7:40, we've got Cheers, a double bill of Cheers. I love this show, pretty good. Then at 8:35, we've got an episode of Frasier. And then at 9:05, we've got Everybody Loves Raymond, and that is 5 episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. This is a funny show. I'm glad they're putting it. I'm glad they're putting these on at Christmas, because this is just genuinely one of the best shows ever made. Everybody Loves Raymond. People should check it out, specifically the Christmas ones, because they're so funny. Then at 11:35, we've got another episode of The Simpsons, another festive one, and then at 12:05, we've got the Channel 4 news summary. 12:10 and 12:40, we go back to The Simpsons for another episode or two, a couple more festive ones, I believe. Then at 1:05, we've got the Doghouse at Christmas. At 2:10, we've got the Great Christmas Bake Off 2022. I love how they repeat those, because I always watch the Great Christmas Bake Off. Then at 3:25, we've got Kirsty's Handmade Christmas. Never seen this before. 4:30, we've got Jamie Cook's Christmas. They always put this on the last week of December before Christmas starts at like 1:05. I know they're doing that next week. Then at 5:30, we've got Channel 4 News again, followed by Jamie Cook's Christmas again at 6 o'clock. This time it's part 2. Then at 7 o'clock, we've got Junior Taskmaster, the final. Oh, wonder what that is. Christmas at Lapland, UK. That's on at 8 o'clock. And then we get into some films at 9 o'clock with Bullet Train. And then we've got another Harrison. That stars Brad Pitt, by the way. And then we've got another Harrison Ford film, Clear and Present Danger. I love Harrison Ford. I love him in Star Wars. I love him in Indiana Jones. Going to check this one out too. Then at 2:05, we've got Travel Man, 96 Hours in Rio. This gets us into the early hours of Christmas Eve. Frasier at 2:55. Love Frasier. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares at 3:20. And then we've got Undercover Boss Canada at 4:15 again. And then we've got Kirsty's Handmade Christmas to finish us off in the early hours at 5:05. Then we move on to Christmas Eve, and we have Alvin and the Chipmunks The Road Trip at 5:55. Then it's over. No more Alvin and the Chipmunks from there and out. Then at 7:25, we've got The Tiger Who Came to Tea. I saw this for the first time 2 weeks ago. It's actually pretty good. Even though it's much more for the younger audience, I still managed to enjoy it. Then at 7:50, we've got Channel 4's premiere animation again, The Snowman. Harmless. Love The Snowman. I'm glad it's getting so much airtime this year, guys. It never really, they just normally slap it on Christmas Eve and then that's it. 8:20, we've got Father Christmas. This is a funny animation. I watched this for the first time a couple of years ago. Loved it. You guys should check it out too. And then at 8:55, we've got an airing of The Snowman and the Snow Dog. That's the new one. Love The Snowman and the Snow Dog as well. And then from 9:25 until 11:20, we've got some festive Simpsons. You can't really go wrong, can you? This whole morning on Channel 4 Christmas Eve is blocked up with stuff. Then at 11:20, we've got the Channel 4 news summary again, followed by Close Encounters of the Third Kind at 11:25. Have not seen this film yet. My dad spoke about it a couple of times. I've had other people in the family speak about it a couple of times. Just never managed to get around to it. Then at 2:10, we got another film, A Christmas Carol. Christmas Eve is so bunched up with films this year. Stars Ebenezer Scrooge, George C. Scott, so that's the 1984 version. This one I've seen a couple of times. It's good. It's probably one of my favourites. My mum prefers the one with Patrick Stewart. That's on Channel 5. We'll get to that soon when I do the Channel 5 schedules. Then at 4:15, again, it's The Snowman. Yeah, this film is getting absolutely aired to hell on Christmas Eve. The Snowman, 4:15. That new premiere animation of Mog's Christmas follows that at 4:45. This is all right. It's not awful, but it's not one that I'd watch relentlessly over Christmas like I would watch The Snowman. Then at 5:20, we've got the sequel, The Snowman and the Snow Dog. So I don't know what it is, but they're airing them so much this year. Specifically, The Snowman and the Snowman and the Snow Dog. They don't really focus on the other ones that much, like Father Christmas. They should put that on instead of Mog's Christmas, but that's my opinion. But they've done Mog's Christmas instead because that's a new one, and I understand that. 5:45, we've got Channel 4 News. Yeah, Channel 4 News. And then 6:05, it's the Christmas classic. Everyone loves it. It's Home Alone. 6:05, Christmas Eve. I'm definitely watching it. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got another thing that I love to watch. It's a great Christmas Bake Off. And then following that at 9:15, we've got the Gogglebox 2024 Christmas Special. That is actually pretty good. I love Gogglebox as well. 11:15, we've got the 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown Christmas Special. So we've got some Countdown on Christmas Eve and some 8 out of 10 Cats. Love Countdown. Never really seen 8 out of 10 Cats though. 2020, 12:20, sorry, not 2020. 12:20, we've got Sarah Millican Homebird Live. Is that a film? Oh no, it's a stand-up comedy show. That this starts off the early hours on Christmas Day. Greg Davies firing cheese balls at a dog. He's on at 1:15. This seems like something like a comedy or something. That's on at 1:15. 2:25, and we've got Sounds Like It's Christmas with Ken Bruce. Another one of those Christmas doc things. 3:20, we've got The Last Leg. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Christmas special or just a random episode. The Great Christmas Bake Off, the airing from last night, is on at 4:15. So the previous night before that, the Great Christmas Bake Off was on. There is another airing at 4:15. Then at 5:25, we've got Kirsty's Handmade Christmas, and that caps off Christmas Eve this year. Now we move on to Christmas Day. Like I said, Kirsty's Handmade Christmas at 5:25. Then we've got The Bear at 6:15. I love The Bear. It's so innocent, it's so good, and it just encapsulates Christmas for me. It's basically the snowman, but with a girl and a bear. It's just so nice to watch. Then at 6:45, we've got another airing of the Snowman and the Snow Dog. They are pumping this up this year. The Snowman and the Snow Dog is getting more airings than any other one. I don't know why. It should be the original, really. Then at 7:10, we've got another airing of that Father Christmas animation. I love how they're putting these on at Christmas Day morning because kids normally like to get up early and open their presents, so it's kind of nice that these are on. And then at 7:40, we've got the Tiger Who Came to Tea again. Love the Tiger Who Came to Tea. It's so harmless. Then at 8:10, we're getting into some films. We've got Monsters vs Aliens at 8:10. Used to grow up watching this. It's all right. I'm so glad they're not pumping like Alvin and the Chipmunks or something on Christmas Day because that'd just be kind of boring, to be fair. And then at 10 o'clock, we've got Shrek Forever After. I love the first two films, but they kind of like go downhill after Shrek 2. It just Shrek the Third's awful, and Shrek Forever After. Seeing it, it's all right, it's harmless. 11:50, we've got the Snowman again. Look at this trio of shorts here. The Snowman at 11:50, Mog's Christmas at 12:25, and then the Snowman and the Snow Dog at 12:55. You can't go wrong, can you? They've done this before on Christmas Day. They're doing it again. Mog's Christmas, the Snowman and the Snow Dog. Harmless, love them. But too much Snowman and Snow Dog though. They should put more into the other shorts. That were on at 6:45, and it's on again at 12:55. Then we've got another airing of the Great Christmas Bake Off at 1:30. They're pumping that as well this year, even though I do like watching that. 2:45, we've got the original version of the Italian Job. I watched the 2003 version a couple of days ago on ITV1. Yeah, I don't know how they've got access to that when it were on E4 a couple of days before that as well. So that's on at 2:45, and then at 4:50 we've got the alternative Christmas message. I wonder what they're doing this year. It's something with Stephen Fry or something. I don't know. And then at 4:55 we've got the Channel 4 News, and then at 5 o'clock we've got an airing of Miracle on 34th Street. I believe this is a 1994 remake version, not the 1947 original. Then at 7:05 we've got the Piano at Christmas. Then at 8:20 we're getting into some Christmas Day films. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I am watching this. This is one of my favourite films, and I'm glad they're putting it on Christmas Day. Notting Hill follows at 10:35. Never seen it. It's got Hugh Grant in it. And then East is East is on at 12:55. And then we move into the early hours of Boxing Day with Celebrity Gogglebox at 2:30 in the morning. Might watch that if I'm up early, but we'll probably not end up watching it. 3:25, we've got another airing of the alternative Christmas message, and the Piano at Christmas follows at 3:30. So if you just missed them, or you just, I don't know, whatever. 4:40, we've got Kirsty's Fill Your House for Free, and then at Chateau DIY at Christmas at 4:45, and then The Simpsons ending us off in the early hours at 5:40. And then The Simpsons continues us on into the early hours of Boxing Day at 6:05, with that being on until 8:05. So that's your Boxing Day morning sorted. 8:05, it's film time. Tad the Lost Explorer and the Secret of King Midas. 9:45, we've got the Doghouse at Christmas. 10:50, we've got Christmas at Lapland. 11:55, Jamie's Christmas Shortcuts. Boxing Day is very boring this year, and then we've got a very British hotel at Christmas at 12:55, and then we get into some films. We've got Dad's Army. I thought they were a BBC show. I thought I've seen this on BBC Two before. That's on at 2 o'clock on Channel 4. 3:50, we've got another Zulu. I don't know what it is with all the old films being on Boxing Day. They're not really targeting more to kids, are they? 6:30, we've got Channel 4 News, and then at 6:40, we've got Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is a good sequel. This is a really good sequel to the original film. And then at 9 o'clock, we've got the Festive Pottery Throwdown. This is on late this year. It's normally on Christmas Day, but they must have moved it this year. It's not really prime Christmas Day, is it? 10:15, we've got another airing of Gogglebox from Christmas Eve, and then at 12:10, coinciding with the big day itself, it's Boxing Day. And then at 2:05, we've got an airing of Frasier. Why are they airing this so early in the morning? And then we've got Ramsay's 24 Hours to Hell and Back. That's on at 2:30. 3:20, we've got Undercover Boss Canada, and then Find It, Fix It, Flog It at 4:10. Then we've got Extraordinary Escapes at Christmas with Sandy Tosvig, and then Jamie Keep Cooking at Christmas at 5:25. And then capping off the Christmas week, then at 5:50, sorry, we've got The Simpsons. 6:10, we've got The Simpsons, and that'll run into 7:45, and then we move into Frasier, which is on until 9:15. And then we've got Chateau DIY at Christmas, A Place in the Sun at 10:15. Channel 4 News Summary at 11:20, and then we've got a rendition of Oliver Twist at 11:25. So that is whatever. If you like the story of Oliver Twist, you can tune into that. 2020, we've got the 2:20. Why do I keep saying 2020 when something's on at 2:20? 2:20, we've got The Piano at Christmas again, which aired on Christmas Day, and then at 3:40, we've got a film, The Hunt for Red October. Never heard of this film, but it's got Sean Connery in it, and it's got Alec Baldwin. It's got who is it in it? What's it? James Bond. 6:15, we've got the Channel 4 News. 6:55, we've got Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. This is a good film. I love Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I love how they've modernized Jumanji and turned it into what is it? Into sort of a video game. 9 o'clock, we've got the big fat quiz of the year 2024. Yeah, don't really watch Jimmy Carr, don't really like him. 11 o'clock, we've got Paul, the film about the alien. This film is funny. I'm going to watch that at 11 o'clock. And then at 12:55, we've got The Naked Gun from the Files of the Police Squad. Yeah, that's 2 hours and 30 minutes. So no, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then at 2:25, we've got Ramsay's 24 Hours to Hell and Back. At 3:10, we've got Undercover Boss Canada. 4:05, we've got Kirsty's House of Craft. And then 4:20, we've got Sarah Beanie's New Life in the Country at Christmas. And then we've got Chateau DIY at Christmas to finish us off at 5:15. So that is Channel 4's Christmas this year. It's all right. Christmas, the first few days are good, and then it just kind of slips into mediocrity from there. Yeah. This is Christmas Eve, Channel 4. It's. I tell you something. Now we move on to E4 then, Saturday the 21st of December. We're back at the beginning. 6 o'clock, we've got Don't Tell the Bride, Christmas in the Snow. 7 o'clock, we've got Don't Tell the Bride, just an original episode. 8 o'clock, we've got Made in Chelsea. Now we move on to some sitcoms. The first episode of The Big Bang Theory is on at 9 o'clock. And then The Big Bang Theory will run all the way up until 12:55. And then at 12:55, we've got a film, The Kid Who Would Be King. I watched this in cinemas actually. It's actually a pretty good film. I can't even remember that. And then we go back to The Big Bang Theory from 3:15 until 5:15 when we've got the airing of the Great Christmas Bake Off 2023. 6:45 we've got Junior. Love this film. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. It used to be on ITV, but it moved to Channel 4. Then at 9 o'clock we've got the Gogglebox Festive Special from 2021. This Gogglebox is funny. And then 10:30, we've got another Gogglebox episode, but this time it's a celebrity Gogglebox for Stand Up to Cancer. That's on at 10:30. Then at 11:35, we've got First Dates at Christmas, followed by another episode of First Dates at Christmas 2021. That's on at 12:35. The Gogglebox Festive Special, Gogglebox again, that's on at 1:40. And then at 3:05, we've got The Farmer Wants a Wife Australia. And then at 4:25, we've got Lego Masters Australia. Lego Masters Australia is good. If they were to air it at like 7 p.m., I'd watch it. And then we move on to Sunday, the 22nd of December. We've got Hollyoaks Omnibus starting us off at 6 in the morning. The Making of Quentin Blake's Clown at 10 past 7. Father Christmas at 20 past 7. The Father Christmas animation. It's great how they're doing these on E4 as well, actually. The Tiger Who Came to Tea is on at 7:55. Love it. We're going on a bear hunt. I haven't mentioned this one yet because it hasn't been on. We're going on a bear hunt. It's so good for the children to watch. It's just a genuinely harmless story. Sorry, not harmful. It's just a harmful story of peace and how this bear just gets treated really badly by the rest of the family, but this little girl sees the fact that he's just lonely and wants to be played with. It's really nice as we're going on a bear hunt. Then at 9 o'clock, we've got Mog's Christmas, and that just kind of caps off the animation stuff. And then we've got Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares in a quadruple bill from 9:25, is it, until 20 past 1. And then we've got Celebrity Lego Masters at Christmas. Might check that out because it's Lego. And then from 2:25 until 4:45, we've got The Big Bang Theory in a marathon. And then at 4:45, it's film time. We've got We Bought a Zoo. 10 past 7, and it's Lego Masters Australia. Checking that out as well. The Great New Year Bake Off is on at 8:45. That's the one from last year. And then we've got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's on at 10 o'clock. Love this film. It's so good. Matthew Broderick, the Lion King guy. That's on at 10 o'clock. And then at 5 past 12, we've got a double bill of Gogglebox. Funny comedy there. First Dates at Christmas at 10 past 2. The Farmer Wants a Wife Australia. That's on at 3:15. And then Hollyoaks Omnibus again at 5 past 4. And then we move on to Monday, the 23rd of December. We've got a double bill of Hollyoaks at 6 and 6:30. Then we've got The Art of the Snowman and the Snow Dog at 6:55. Something new. I think it's because we're watching how the film is made. 7 o'clock, we've got Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares USA before a double bill of Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8. A double bill of Young Sheldon at 9. A double bill of The Big Bang Theory at 10. A double bill of Modern Family at 11. And then we go back for a quadruple bill of The Big Bang Theory at 12. And then Sonic the Hedgehog is on at 2 o'clock. That was on Channel 4 not too long ago. But I'm glad they're airing it on E4 as well over the Christmas period. And then we've got The Art of the Snowman and the Snow Dog again at 3:55. Young Sheldon double bill at 4 o'clock. The Big Bang Theory in a quadruple bill at 5. Hollyoaks at 7. And then we've got Instant Family at 7:30. This film is hilarious, by the way. This film is absolutely hilarious. Then at 9:50 and 10:50, we've got a double bill of Gogglebox before we get into American Pie, another film at 11:50. And then getting into the early hours of Christmas Eve, it's The Inbetweeners. I love The Inbetweeners so much, and that carries us on into 3:45 in the morning when we've got Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I believe that's a double bill. And then Modern Family at 4:35, 5 o'clock, and 25 past 5. Then we move on to Christmas Eve then, and we've got a double bill of Hollyoaks at 6:30, 6, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares at 7, Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8 o'clock and 8:30, Young Sheldon 9, The Big Bang Theory double bill at 10, Modern Family double bill at 11, and then at 12 o'clock, Halloween animation, not Christmas animation, Halloween animation, Hotel Transylvania. That's on Christmas Eve at 12 o'clock. And then Rudy's Tube Shorts are on at 1:50. Quadruple bill of The Big Bang Theory at 2 o'clock. And then Young Sheldon at 4. Back to The Big Bang Theory for another quadruple bill at 5. And then Hollyoaks at 7 o'clock. And then we're going back again on Christmas Eve for The Snowman at 8 o'clock. Really late this year, but they are pumping it like hell on Channel 4 and E4 this Christmas Eve. 8:35, and it's The Snowman and the Snow Dog again. This is getting aired like mad this year. These two are getting aired like mad. 9 o'clock, Venom. Not a fan of this film. This is the worst film they could have put on Christmas Eve. What is it with them putting Halloween type films on Christmas Eve on E4? It's like Halloween 2.0 on E4. 11:15, and we've got an airing of American Pie 2. Kind of obvious since they had the first one the day before. And then we've got The Inbetweeners again from, I believe, 1:15. 1:15, and that is on until 3:50. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 3:50 and 4:15. Modern Family, 4:45, 05, and 5:30. Then we move on to Christmas Day, and it continues with Modern Family for an hour, and then Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares at 7, Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8, Young Sheldon at 9, The Big Bang Theory at 10, Modern Family at 11, The Big Bang Theory at 12 and a half, 12, The Big Bang Theory at 1 o'clock and a half, 1, and then we've got The Making of Quentin Blake's Clown at 2 o'clock, and after that we've got a Halloween sequel, Hotel Transylvania 2, that is on at 10 past 2. The Big Bang Theory returns to our screens again at 3:55 and will end at 5:55 before we get into the Great Christmas Bake Off. What is it with them airing this film on Christmas Day every year? Peter Rabbit, 7:10. This film, it's all right. James Corden, good voice. Then at 9 o'clock, we've got a double bill of Gogglebox before we get into American Pie: The Wedding at 11:40. The Inbetweeners is on again. They are pumping the Inbetweeners this year. That is on until 4:05, and then we've got Brooklyn Nine-Nine for a triple bill, and then a double bill of Young Sheldon from 5:15. And then we go back to Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Boxing Day at 6 in the morning and 6:30. And then we get into The Art of the Snowman and the Snow Dog again at 6:55 in a double bill. Ramsey's Kitchen Nightmares USA at 7 o'clock. Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8 o'clock and 8:30. 9 o'clock, Young Sheldon double bill. 10 o'clock, The Big Bang Theory. 11 o'clock, Modern Family. 12 o'clock, then it's film time. Hotel Transylvania 3, A Monster Vacation. That ends at 1:50 when we've got Rudy's Tube Shorts, The Big Bang Theory on from 2 till 4, Young Sheldon at 4, The Big Bang Theory at 5, and that's on till 6:30, and then we've got We Bought a Zoo at 6:30, Gogglebox at 9 o'clock, and then we've got The In-Betweeners from 10 o'clock and 10:35. And then, it's Adult Swim night as well. 11:10, we've got American Reunion, which is, I believe, the fourth film in the American Pie franchise. And then at 1:20, we've got Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. It's so good. Do you know on Adult Swim nights they need to start it from like 9 o'clock? 1:55, we've got Mike Tyson Mysteries. At 2:10, we've got Robot Chicken. And then at 2:25, we've got Naked Attraction before returning to the In-Betweeners for a double bill at 3:15. The Big Bang Theory is on at 4:15 and 4:40 before Modern Family is on at 5:05 and 5:30. They are really doing the sitcoms this year. And then we end off Christmas week on Friday, the 27th of December, with Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 6 o'clock and 6:30. The Art of the Snowman and the Snow Dog again at 6:55. They're always airing this. 7 o'clock, Ramsey's Kitchen Nightmares. Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 8. Young Sheldon at 9. The Big Bang Theory at 10. Modern Family at 11. The Big Bang Theory is on again for a quadruple bill at 12. Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 2. Modern Family at 3. Young Sheldon at 4. The Big Bang Theory at 5 until 7:25. And then we've got Lego Masters Australia Christmas Special. That's on at 7:25. War of the Planet of the Apes at 9 o'clock. And then a rerun of Instant Family at 11:50. And then we go for the In-Betweeners at 2:10 before being interrupted by Lego Masters Australia Christmas Special again at 3:15. 4:35, we've got Ramsey's Kitchen Nightmares USA, and then we end off Christmas week with Brooklyn Nine-Nine at 5:20. I do not enjoy the E4 Christmas schedule. They have some highlights. They've got the Christmas specials on in the morning on the Sunday. There's the Snowman at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. There's also the Hotel Transylvania films, which are all right to air. But other than that, it's just sitcoms. E4, not good this year. Let's move on to Film 4. Now then, we move on to Film 4. Hopefully we can get something better than we got out of E4. 11 o'clock, we're starting off with Dragon Ball Evolution. Never seen this film before. 12:40, we've got Baby's Day Out. This was a pinnacle of my childhood. I grew up with it. It's a good little story. It's based off a book as well. 2:35, we've got Tooth Fairy with Dwayne Johnson. Never actually seen this film, seen clips of it. He's got hair in this one, hasn't he? 4:40, we've got Sister Act. This film, I've watched it before. It's quite funny. Fisherman's Friends at 6:45. Honest Thief at 9 o'clock. Bad Times at the El Royale at 11:05. And then Werewolves Within ends us off on Saturday the 21st at 1:55. We move on to the Sunday, the 22nd, and we've got Doctor Who and the Oh my God, Doctor Who and the Daleks at 11 o'clock. I love Doctor Who. I love the Doctor Who films. That's on at 11 o'clock. This is quite early. This is quite an adult film, isn't it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at 12:45. I swear to God, this is a 15. This is illegal. This is out of the watershed. 2:50. We've got Spies in Disguise. That was the last ever Blue Sky film, I believe. And then at 4:55, we've got The Golden Child. Never seen this film before. Eddie Murphy's in it though from Meet Dave. Zathura: A Space Adventure. That's on at 6:45, followed by Dog at 9 o'clock. Zathura's pretty good. I like Zathura. It's like Jumanji but in outer space. 11:05, we've got Spencer. Never seen this film before, and then we end off at 1:20 with Carol. Then on Monday the 23rd, we start off with 100 million years BC. Bumblebee at 1:05, and it's sort of like a Transformers marathon because we've got Transformers: Age of Extinction at 3:20. Hunter Killers on at 6:40. Prey at 9 o'clock. I believe this is the Predator prequel or sequel, I don't know. But following that, we've got the original, the classic, It's Predator at 10:55. If they put this on at Christmas Eve, I would sit and watch it. And then we've got Carlito's Way at 1:05 on Film 4. That's on in the early hours of Christmas Eve, and then we move on to Christmas Eve itself. And starting us off at 11 o'clock, we've got Gulliver's Travels. This was on ITV2 a couple of months ago. I do remember it being on there. But yeah, and then we've got the immensely awful The Cat in the Hat. That's on at 12:40. I'm so glad this is not on Channel 4 this year because I can avoid this film at all costs because I normally watch Channel 4. 2:15, we've got The Adventures of Tintin. This film I grew up with as well. It's one of those stop motion things. Not stop motion. What's it called now? Where they do that motion capture. That's it. One of those motion capture films. 4:25 is one of my mum's favourites. School of Rock. That's on at 4:25 on Film 4. Then at 6:40 we've got Romancing the Stone. This was on Channel 4 a couple of weeks ago. 9 o'clock we've got Ambulance. 11:45 we've got Little Monsters, and then at 1:35 we've got Stand By Me. Christmas Eve is actually quite solid on Film 4, to be fair. The whole schedule on Film 4 is more solid than what we got on E4. Then Christmas Day, we start off at 11 o'clock with Dunstan Checks In. The War with Grandpa follows us at 12:45 before we get another airing of Sister Act at 2:40. The Devil Wears Parada's on at 4:45 before we get into one of my nan's and most of the family's favourites that we watch on Christmas, The Greatest Showman. That's on at 6:55. Then we've got The Kingsman at 9 o'clock, followed by A Quiet Place at 11:40, and then In Bruges at 1:25. That catches us off Christmas Day and on to Boxing Day, where we've got some good films on as well. This is good. Mrs. Doubtfire, that's on at 11 o'clock on Boxing Day. Too early, though. Why is it on in the morning? They should have put it on at like 6:50 or something. Tooth Fairy at 1:25, and then we've got Transformers Dark of the Moon. I believe that's a rerun. I believe the one before is a rerun. No, it's not. Transformers Dark of the Moon first airing, Age of Extinction was on the other day. Then after that, we've got Star Trek at 6:35. Yep, Star Trek 6:35, that's sorted. 9 o'clock, we've got Honest Thief. 11:05, we've got A Quiet Place Part 2, and then we end off at 12:55 on Boxing Day with The Long Good Friday. These schedules on Film 4 aren't as long as they are on Channel 4 and E4. Then Friday, the 27th of December, we've got another airing of Baby's Day Out at 11 o'clock. Clueless at 12:55. Never seen this film. I've heard it's like Mean Girls, but different. It's one of those type films. 2:45, we've got another airing of Zavura: A Space Adventure. Film 4 really like to re-air their films, don't they? 4:50, we've got Scrooged. That's on Channel 4 on Christmas the 21st. 6:50, we've got Finding Your Feet. 9 o'clock, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. And then 11:35, we've got The Transporter. That film's all right. And then at 1:20, ending us off the schedules for this part, and that is Warlock at 1:20. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back in a couple of days with the TV schedules for the ITV channels. Make sure you leave a like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, because why not? And put your post notifications on so you know when I'm uploading. And I will see you guys for the next video in a few days.